please identify yourself.
My name is Cliff McKinney. I'm an attorney at Quattlebaum, Williams & Toll here in Little Rock, and I'm here to speak in favor of the bill. And I want to say that Senator Hendren has already addressed a great number of the things that I want to point out. But essentially, this bill is just a free market bill. The purpose is to open it to other sources. There are principally three types of materials that can be used for water projects: ductile iron, PVC pipe, as well as concrete pipe. And there are some municipalities in Arkansas that do prohibit or limit rather to only ductile iron and don't consider other types of materials. And that's one of the purposes of this bill, is to open it up where others that meet the standards. And we want to be very clear, you have to meet the standards set by ASTM or the AWW to be sure that you are providing an appropriate product. Another point that I want to make is, at least to my knowledge, there are no ductile iron manufacturers in the state of Arkansas, but there are manufacturers of concrete piping and PVC piping in the state who would be able to have their products available. But probably the biggest point I want to make that hasn't been raised yet is that the USDA has already instituted this requirement for any rural utility projects. The USDA several years ago saw the point of opening up competition to any acceptable piping material, and if you're going to use USDA dollars, you have to go through the open procurement policy. So what we're trying to do is essentially mirror what the USDA is already requiring. And a number of larger municipalities are already doing this as well. There's a report, U.S. Conference of Mayors report, that they believe that want to see it from 2013. Charlotte, Dallas, Houston, Louisville, San Antonio. So this is a pattern, a trend to open it up in order to have cost savings for municipalities. Again, I don't want to tread ground that Senator Hendren has already done a great job treading, but I'm happy to answer any questions I can about the bill. We do have a representative from the industry here who will be able to speak, as well as another gentleman who helped prepare some of the studies that are related to this bill.
Okay, members of the committee, I have never cut you off, and I don't want to today, but I would like to move this along so we can try to cover this. So if you can keep from any soliloquies, etc., and get to questions, I would appreciate it. And that's not intended toward you, Senator Bond. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the point of the bill is that these other types of pipe are meet or exceed standards.
That's correct. Yes.
And so then why at the bottom of page 2 of the bill do we have this paragraph from on lines 33 through 36 saying the project engineer shall not be liable for choosing these acceptable pipes? Seems like that, if in fact it is acceptable, why are you providing an immunity? That seems like overkill.
It's in direct response to some of the criticism that was raised by various engineers. A number of engineers raised the concern that we've used ductile iron forever, we've never been sued on ductile iron, so we want to keep using ductile iron. And this is making clear that if you choose to use another one of those approved materials, again, this is national bodies like ASTM, if you choose to go with PVC pipe, or you choose to go with concrete, and they meet those requirements, then it's narrowly drafted to set an immunity that they're not going to get sued just because they did something that hasn't been done in the past.
Where else in the code do we lay out immunity doctrines when we're doing this type of legislation? Can you point me to anywhere else in the code where we do something like this, where we attempt to immunize a professional for making a choice like this?
I would have to go back and look at that, so I don't have a good answer for you right now on that particular question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Other committee members? Senator Flowers?
Yeah, I'd like to know, about your thoughts on the lines 15 through 20 that deal with the state agency or the municipality considering all these acceptable piping materials.
Turn the lights on.
So I wonder how do you put it on the the municipality, on lay people.
Sir.
I don't, why would that seem acceptable to you?
Well, and I believe I can address that. The way that many of our laws are written for municipalities to do things, it says the municipality shall do this, the municipality shall do that. So at the end of the day, it's the decision of the city council or the city board in a particular area, or the water district, whoever it might be. But they rely on professional engineers, or in some cases lawyers, or it depends on the nature of the topic. At the end of the day, they get to rely on the advice of an engineer, but we're not trying to take away their authority. We're not trying to tell a city board they can't do something.
So they rely on the engineer to give them the information, but they can't sue them if the engineer does something totally wrong or breaches. I mean, that doesn't make good sense.
I don't believe that the immunity is that broad.
It seems like it to me shall not be liable for professional negligence solely on the basis of selecting an acceptable piping material that is commensurate with sound engineering practices and the requirements of the water, wastewater, or storm water drainage project. That's pretty doggone detailed. And if you're sending that, if that engineer is saying, okay, here are your choices, city council, and they see the cheaper, I mean, really, come on. I don't see how you could not say that an engineer is just shifting that burden of a professional judgment, really, to a layperson, to the council, to the quorum court.
Senator, with all due respect, I do believe it's a very narrow immunity. It says solely on the basis. If the engineer misdesigns the project, if the engineer does not read the ASTM standards properly, if the engineer does not specify materials that, as it says here, meet the requirements of the drainage project, they are still held liable. The only thing this immunity applies to is if they take ductile iron over PVC or concrete over ductile iron, and they all meet the ASTM requirements, they can't be sued for that particular material choice. They can still be sued for not designing properly, not reading the standards properly.
One more question on the floor.